This exit is terrible. Chattanooga has the worst roads. Oh, these tracks are terrible looking. Oh! I try to stay away from downtown Chattanooga in any of the old low cars. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today's video is a compilation of this upcoming weekend. My friend Kyron is flying in. I'm just about to pull up to the airport now here in Chattanooga. Kyron's flying in to photograph the shop, the cars, and basically everything Ludwig's Garage for Autostrada magazine, which I mentioned in the last episode. Still kind of crazy that they wanted me part of one of their issues. But I haven't seen Kyron in a few years. So actually the last time Kyron was on the channel was 2020, Ocean City, Maryland, formerly H2O. And the following weekend, right after that, we drove down here to Chattanooga for the fall meet of Riverside. And that's when we had my dually OBS with the Century in the enclosed trailer. But the trip before that was the E23 coast to coast trip when we drove my right-hand drive 735 clear across America from New Hampshire to LA to sell it. And that was right before buying the Century in Seattle and driving that cross country. I'm not sure what we're gonna get up to in this episode, but it's gonna be a fun weekend nonetheless. The sun has actually come out for the first time in what seems like all summer. All right, guys, Kyron is here. It's been a few years. And we are out here shooting the Corvair. We have this like abandoned gas station right down the street from my house, and when we drove by, Kyron was like, well, that's a good spot to shoot the Corvair. So we're using this old like convenience store gas station as a backdrop, but kind of a cool spot, literally down the street from my house. So how long have you been on the road?
Too long? I don't know how long.
21 states in how many days?
21 days.
21 days?
Yeah.
The life of a traveling automotive photographer. All right, guys, next day, we just took today, which is Sunday, to just hang out. We drove around, we showed Kyron Chattanooga, went down to the Chickamauga battlefield, saw some Civil War stuff, and we got the Corvair basically shot yesterday. But right now, Sunday evening, as it's finally starting to cool down a little bit, we're gonna take the 700 out. We got a spot downtown Chattanooga that he wants to shoot this. All right, guys, we are downtown Chattanooga. We kind of scoped it out earlier this afternoon, almost sundown, but as you can see, it's in full sunlight, so we're just kind of giving it a few minutes while Kyron does his thing.
Sitting here, just sitting around. Sitting around.
It is definitely a little too hot to be driving that car right now. With the sun out and almost 90 degrees today, that thing's just like the Corvair. It's a tin can, and it just cooks you in there. And not a lot of air gets in while you're driving it either.
You see the Teslas taking videos of you?
Were they taking videos?
Yeah. Hard to use.
What was that?
This camera's hard to use, dude. The screen is so way down. It's boomer vision, dude.
Boomer vision? Why? Because I'm in the vision?
I mean, dude, no. It's like the camera's the size of my hand.
The camera's tiny. Boomer vision, apparently. So, as I was telling Kyron, my dad and I built the car to lay completely flat. So when we're in a parking lot that's not flat, you can either crush the rockers, which we built by hand from scratch, like these rocker panels we built ourselves, or you lay it out to where it's not tucking the same amount as it should be, and then when you built it to tuck a certain amount and lay it completely flat, it messes with your head. So we're trying to navigate where Kyron wants the car and where to lay completely flat and not fold a rocker panel in. Is this kind of where you're happy with it?
We picked a real smooth area to do it too.
Yeah, why didn't they make this smoother? Why did nature have to ruin this? The ground never plays ball. I mean, look at the amount of air there is under the front valence on this side now. OCD is a terrible thing. All right, so Kayla ran home. She wasn't feeling well. So now we're fitting Kyron, who's what, 6'4"? 6'4", and he's been in the 700 before though, but we got his Pelican case. We have my backpack, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot in this car when you don't have any trunk space anywhere. So we're gonna go to a different spot downtown. We'll try to make the next spot work.
Is it supposed to be this low to the ground?
Yes.
Interesting.
All right, well, this is hilarious. Oh yeah, you are touching the ceiling.
A little bit.
Literally look hilarious inside that car. I can see your knees from above the door. This exit is terrible. All right. Oh, these tracks are terrible looking. Oh! Chattanooga has the worst roads, although, I don't know, I think most cities downtown have terrible roads. Boston has like original cobblestone intersections that will just destroy cars. Oh boy. I try to stay away from downtown Chattanooga and any of the old low cars. It's actually starting to feel nice outside though. So we're going over here to a parking garage spot, see if Kyron can't work any magic there. Looks like we might have some sun on that side. Oh, hilarious.
It's a little easier.
Oh my gosh. Yes, sir. Golden hour. I told that woman that I drove this here.
She thought you were messing with her.
Yeah, exactly. This couple were walking by where they were asking why the car was there. And I said, we're taking photos of it. And she goes, yeah, but why is the car here? I said, we're shooting it for a magazine. And she goes, yeah, no. Why is the car here though? And I said, I drove it here. And she goes, yeah, okay. I said, no, seriously, we drove it here. I said, I can raise it with my phone. Like I can raise the suspension of the car with my phone. And then she really got upset. Like I was really messing with her. And I said, no, I'm serious. I'm like, yeah, like that car runs and drives. We drove it here. She could not believe that we drove that car here with Kyron in it. Hilarious. All right, guys, that concludes the shoot with the 700. So we are gonna take this back to the shop and go get some dinner. All right, guys, next day, day number 3 with Kyron here, shooting inside the shop now. We got the Corvair outside and got the auto union kind of nestled into the corner here, kind of kitty cornered in. So we're gonna take some shots here in the shop with just the cars kind of set up in a different way. right, guys, so we're downtown with the 700, and we're gonna shoot it under the theater marquee. And good thing this thing's on air suspension, because this thing is normally driven skating on the ground, and there is a gnarly, barely wide enough for this car, curb cut in the sidewalk. I'm gonna air it all the way up and just pile right up onto the sidewalk. We're gonna lay her down underneath the marquee lights. Kyron lost his flight, so he's currently on hold with Delta.
Also known as Spirit Airlines.
Oh no. So he's gonna shoot this while he's on the phone with supervisors of the airline industry. It's always something. Welcome to 2023. Well, luckily that car is small enough to drive right up the curb cut. All right, guys, well, that's it for this episode. Huge thanks to Kyron for flying in and shooting shooting all the cars for Autostrada Magazine and quite possibly XS Mag. Hope to see some of the stuff in print here pretty soon. I think Autostrada wants to get it out soon. So it's been awesome hanging out with Kyron for the weekend. Huge thanks to Kayla for driving around. He's currently sleeping in the car, but driving Kyron around so we can get some rollers of all the cars. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support. We'll see you in the next episode.